afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Psych, Defender of the Fatherland, of hitting exciting 1 vs 1 on Simoski. Between the north, you got here Deco B92, exclamation mark again here, fighting for King and Country, the Commonwealth. The 7th Armored Division versus the south, you got Stupendousman, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Rolling up here with the 107th Panzer Brigade. He's got joint operations, fortified armor and close air support with infantry anti-tank gun versus Commando, mobile assault and vanguard operations with triple infantry there. Double section start here for Deco, double MD42 or double Pioneer in 74-2 built here for Stupendousman. Looks like a tier 2 rush for Germany. Certainly seems like they've been winning in quite a bit there. In part, that one seems to have been reasonably convinced that he has found out a strategy. If you just spam a lot of Pioneers, get machine guns out, that is actually really good. That I have seen players apparently already countering that one. So I'm not entirely sure how amazing it is, but it certainly probably has some ability. Either way, though, tier 2 rushes are very much back in vogue with the Wehrmacht. Very much back in vogue. So we've got Pioneers getting out a lot here for Stupendousman and the 107th Panzer Brigade. We've got triple sections here as Deco B92 marches out for King and Country in the Commonwealth, securing as much territory as it can. So this should be interesting here. I mean, if Stupendousman can sort of basically get his tech rush working up pretty well, he should be able to punish this with some fast panzer grenadiers and 222s, which will put some severe pressure on the infantry sections. That's what doctrines, though, sort of work the best here with a rapid tier 2 rush. That, of course, is going to be the bigger question, since none of them, I think, particularly work amazingly with it, though. Now, in theory, he could make use of close air support doctrine to provide, well, some air support for it. So right here, the Stupendousman making use of the Pioneers' aggressive movements to just quickly grab a few upon other bits. MD42 covering the cuff point in case the opponent tries to dig in around it. Definitely not a bad move. In the meanwhile, more Pioneers moving up the west side, where Deco B92 has not been putting too much. He's focusing very heavily on the centre, which of course means he's not focusing on the resources. This could be very well sort of moment. Blah. Trying to get off too many words too fast. It's a bit of a flaw I have at times, but trying to that way, you know, push through there and sort of ignore the centre there. So this could work out well from this moment. There we go. Meanwhile, we got a 4 section now for Deco B92. Again, British infantry section spam, very popular. And I don't think it's going to drop off awfully heavily with the upcoming changes, since pretty much they seem to just decide, well, you know, Brits moving about out in the open, that's what we want to reward. Hang on, what? So yeah, this is probably not going to drop off an awful lot, I fear. But so far, take up there. It needs to build, I'd like to make a nice company fast. Pioneers versus the section out in the open, though. The Pioneers should have a decent chance, cutting down there Lewis and kicking in the door then before shooting back at those dastardly instant after and then popping back out to try to pull back into a safer range. So back and forth here between the two. Sneaky tactics there. I imagine this has got to be a bit frustrating though for Deco B92. Make up your mind. Are you going inside or outside? What are you, bloody cats? Well, they cut out machine guns. Cats don't have that. Shut up, Jerry. Vickers out there for Deco B92. Very heavy tier 1 build then. Very heavy tier 1 build compared to Stupendousman's just Pioneers and MD42. He needs to get the like to make a nice company up fast, begin pushing out stuff from it, grabbing the point here. And section making heavy progress in the north. They're almost wiping out one of Stupendousman's Pioneer squads. That will be a bit of a loss there for the 107th Panzer Brigade. MD42 continuing to fight here, acting and push a bit further forward. In this case, getting punched by the sections, getting caught here by the broadside. Looking pretty rough there, looking pretty rough. Will likely have to retreat here. The MD42 does not have a chance of wiping out the unit in heavy cover while it only's got shrubbery for cover. There you go. Like to make a nice company up there. And we got universal characters. Deco B92 is going for an extremely heavy tier 1. This is probably one of the heaviest British tier 1s I've seen in some time. There you go. Samex on the cuff point. This is going to make it very difficult here for Stupendousman to push through there unless he gets some serious infantry and vehicles to push through. Though, of course, we could also just swing through the eastern side of the map. Troops there reinforcing healing, and we got a Pak 40 on the way. A curious thing to rush out there, to be honest. Definitely not what I'd recommend. A 2-2 would be a much stronger choice. Here, there we go. Counters goes for the half-track. Flamethrowers could also work out well here. Trench is being dug in. He's really going there for a Simoski pin. And that's going to be very unpleasant there for Stupendousman, who's then going for a Pak 40. He's clearly worried about an armoured car being rushed out to count his half-track there. But the thing is, Deco has yet to take up again. He's just going for this incredibly heavy tier 1, which I haven't seen in quite some time. Pioneers spotted here, but new can there go. Vickers get out as well. Pioneers need to retreat on the spot before they get wiped out. Half-Tech arriving, Pack 40 following up. He's going to lose these Pioneers. If they don't get wiped by this, they'll be likely to be wiped out and retreat by the roadblock here that Deco B92 has very much efficiently established. At least until he can wipe it out with the flamethrower. And there you go, the Pioneers did get annihilated. That did not work out very well there for Stupendousman. Pack 40 arriving as well. He's going to need some infantry. He's going to need some Panzergrenadier. Setting force there for the fatherland. Baker should have got Universe coming in here, flanking the flame for a half-track. Outmaneuvering the Vickers K. Infantry coming to his back ticked. He's actually going to go for Grenadiers rather than Panzer Grenadiers. That feels a bit awfully wasteful there for Stupendousman. And really, to a large extent, completely undercuts then his tier 2 rush. Whoa, someone got flying out there. But that really would undercut the entire purpose of the rushing tier 2. He's just not going to go for Panzer Grenadiers anyways. I mean, that's just going to be weird. We'll see, though, we'll see. Half-Track searching out targets to burn out horrifically. And there you go. AC on life for Deco is finally tagged up here. Obviously, even with the rush there, I mean, Stupendousman didn't manage to get that far ahead, and so far he's not even pushing it. So it feels a bit wasteful, to be honest, his tier 2 rush. It feels a bit wasteful. Like he was sort of more trying out because, and there you go, he goes for the Grenadiers. So he's not even going for Panzer Grenadiers. It feels a bit wasteful overall. His tier 2 rush, it feels wasteful. Could have been so much more, yet ended up just being, you know, a Grenadier squad in the end. Which in particular with an opponent with that many infantry sections is not going to work out too well anyways. That's really where you want Panzer Grenadiers, especially before they get upgraded with, you know, Bren guns and the likes. Meanwhile, though, neither side though has yet to go for Doctrine. In the east section, they go for the Pioneers and the Victory Point. Grenadiers moving up, but no MD4 to upgrade for the MD14 in the church need to fall back soon as that's getting shot to bits, or at least get some flame for a half-tech support down there. Pioneers forced away. Grenadiers slowly advancing, MD42, there we go, falling back, low on health, low on numbers. AC almost down there for Deco B92 alongside a separate section. Almost got the parts here. Grab once more, there you go, section being lit on fire. As hot jets of fire spewed out, and there we go, going at least now for some Panzer Grenadiers, that's good. I still think a light machine and the Grenadiers would, you know, be a pretty good choice. Vickers forced out, suffering horrific 3rd-degree burns, if not 2nd degree, 3rd degree. Also destroying the trenches there. Good work, good work. AC rolling it. Those going to need the Pack 40 up there. Of course, that might partly why we went active for the Grenadiers, just to have Panzerfaust out. But the Pack 40 definitely needs to be closer to the front line. Panzer Grenadier there arriving for Stupendousman. There you go. Point secured. Trying to catch the AC there with a Panzerfaust set running out front of the section in front of the house. Broadside there, the Grenadiers need to retreat, otherwise they're going to get wiped without really having done anything. Forced to Stupendousman. Pack 40 is sort of set up there to provide cover for the flame for after advances. Panzer Grenadiers arriving. I think he's going to try and use the flame for after bait here. For the Pack 40. But looks like here Deco B92 senses something's up and does not push ahead there. Pioneers, but the medic bunker almost down there. They just need the medics being added to the bunker, otherwise it's just a bunker, which does not provide an awful lot of first aid. Most hills on the ground are not known for that. We got a lot of mines down here, but to make it harder here for Stupendousman to push through. Rush for the armoured car, pursue any retreating units. Certainly good cover there against the flame for after if he sort of loses any sort of vital anti-tank components. Mortar following up there, and we got a doctrine for Deco B92. It is Vanguard, and we got there the logistics glider being called in. Grenadiers good to go. Light machine gun on the way. MD42 back in the centre. We got raid operation actually, not the glider calling it, actually raid operation. I'm just so used to people calling in the glider, and when someone actually uses raid operation, my mind just sort of assumes, oh, he's actually just calling in the glider. That's a bit shameful. Either way, at least using it to quick grab territory, harassing here and there. Very effective use there. Very effective. They got the flamethrower tech moving up here, burning away at stuff, gaining veterancy too. And he's going to lose the flamethrower after there. It's less well done. The MD42 holding back a section. PaKage coming up. They might be able to get off a hit or two there on the AC, except of course for the smoke being poured up from the burning wreckage of the flamethrower tech, which burns the PaKage line of sight. So that rather ends up helping Deco B92. But he's lost a fat chunk of the map there to Deco B92's push there using raid operation. Pentagon is there, push back for reinforcement healing. Still no upgrades on the Grenadiers. Now looking to cut off here, and there we go. Now we got the 4 logistics line in here for Deco B92. Now it's happening. Stupendousman though might want to consider taking header to bring up armor, because in the current state of affairs, I think he's just going to get overrun eventually by his opponent. So that might be something to consider. But there you go. Section caught by Pentagon's out in the open. That is definitely going to be the Pentagon's win. Though Jurgen there pays the ultimate price in defense of the fatherland. Mortar being used to grab territory. You can see Stupendousman is a bit desperate to secure as much as he can. North Pioneers roaming about. Got the officer moving out. The MV giving a heroic charge to just propel him faster towards the Germans, the Huns. We need to retreat immediately or risk annihilation. Closer getting in the section, but not quite. Still no sign of take up there. As for Deco B92 could also take up, there's no sign either. And meanwhile, he's actually going for a second commander squad here from the Glide. He's going to add some pretty serious elite infantry to the battlefield then. Whilst the Stupendousman adds more regular grenadiers. No Panther grenadiers. Stupendousman here with minesweepers, ready to look out for any mines there. And of course, laying down tiller mines of his own, obviously to try and catch up the AC, but also in case his opponent rushes out any tanks. I think that is a very sensible choice there. And we got take up there for Stupendousman and the 107th Panzer Brigade. Export needs secured there by the Grenadiers. Double sections moving in to dispatch that. Stupendousman, in the meanwhile, just trying to control the centre that way, allowing him to discern if he wants to move west or east, which of course has its advantages, but at the same time, he's clearly not over focusing on it, and ignoring the rest of the map, which is what a lot of people tend to do if they go for the centre of Moscow. They tend to ignore the rest of the map. And Deco B92 has also so far displayed himself quite capable of not falling into that trap either, which is certainly also quite good. We're losing a capture point. Where do you need us? Almost done there with the support tech there. Needs to rush back. His pilot needs to build up the support core. The faster the better, so he can that way get out tanks faster. That way pressure Deco B92. Because an increasing number of commanders in the field and his infantry in that regard remaining largely unupgraded grenadiers, he's going to find himself in a bit of a sticky situation. And there you go, Commander Officer flanking an MD42 with a light gun bomb. Nice work there by Deco B92, punishing Stupendousman for leaving his machine gun there largely unsupported within the minefields of barbed wire or infantry. Anything that could have made that a bit more difficult. Machine gun up there, getting bombarded with a mortar, AC hanging back. Northern fuel pump being grabbed back there by Deco's forces. And there you go, guard the officer, the rushing in plus commanders following up here for Deco B92 in the 7th Armoured Division. Light gun bomb over the PaKage. In this case, the heavy cover saves the crew just for a few seconds before the officer and his men finish off the rest of those Hun bastards. You could actually steal it here and turn it against the Stupendousman, which would be a pretty hefty loss for him. And there he goes, steals it. Rifle grenade off, doesn't have much of an impact. Panzer's going to these Pioneers charging forwards here. Take him down, but need to get the support crop. We got grenades over the Grenadiers. Ooh, almost got it's a full wipe. Quite big. The MD42 is following up here. And sends the officer running as well. But still losing the PaK-40s. Oh, cut it white with the Pioneers. Tiny victory there for Stupendousman. But what is really needed right now is tech for armour. Deco on the other hand is still not taking up either. If he's playing for the Crocodile, he's certainly being quite silly, as that's not going to benefit him. Trying to get the AC with the PaK-40. We've got a Vickers machine gun setting up. That's going to be able to wipe out the PaK crew before I get off the final shot. Oh no! Light gun bombed off the hedges. Some rather brutal fighting there. And still no sign of the PaKage. And still no sign of Take up here. So what will Stupendousman do next? There we go. So PaKage finally being constructed there by Stupendousman and his pioneers. Pack 40 recruit here for the second time in a matter of moments. Small chance of getting the AC and gets it. A small yet not immeasurable victory. In the south, there's section moving about, grabbing points there as well. Deco B92 and the 7th Armored Division most remaining control of the map. Here's a PaKage almost down there for Stupendousman and the 1 and 7th Panzer Brigade, which were actually largely relied only on Panthers and Yak Panthers as a fun fact. And there you go, big charge here, commandos rolling ahead. Grenadiers are rapidly dispatched. And there you go, heroic charge. He's going to need a machine gun to stop that. Or a Panzer IV, which is on the way. Making sure the Deco B92 is finally taking up, but he could easily have this up much sooner and could actually begin pushing for Cromwell now. So Deco B92 definitely struck me a bit with his teching. Very much in the favour there of Stupendousman. Oh dear, Panzers are about to get wiped by the double commandos. Huge loss there for Stupendousman. Gets down to 2 regular grenadier escorts. None of them even veterans who won, and none of them upgraded as well. That is pretty bad, losing the Eastern Field Party as well. Odds are looking pretty grim, and it's all going to be banking on the Panzer IV, how much you can actually get done with it. Got another raid operation there for Deco B92. Making aggressive usage of their ability versus Stupendousman, and there you go, Cromwell on the way. Though, again, it feels late, could have been out sooner here versus Stupendousman. Could have been out much sooner. Trench here being dug by the southern field point. Deco's audacity knows no bounds. There you go, Panzer IV supported by 2 infantry squads moving, going to clear out that area, hopefully before the trench gets up. Though of course, Deco's only for the opposite. And there you go, caught here right as the trench is almost done but not quite. I might actually be able to do some heavy damage here to the section. There we go, forcing a cancel there on the trench, pushing away those Tommy bastards. Cromwell almost done here for Deco B92, almost but not quite. Bit more to go, bit more to go. Missed. Oh, mine went off. Panzer IV continues to tear through the terrain, but there you go, Cromwell away, shoots, bounces off the Panzer IV's 18mm of sloped armour. Panzer IV had to snap that issue quite with the, I think, 72mm of, well, actually non-sloped armour, and non-sloped armour with the other tank as well. The Panzer IV did not have sloped armour. It did not. If it did, that would have actually been a pretty good Panzer IV, and that's certainly part of me was surprised they never tried just making a version of the Panzer IV with sloped armour. Actually, they might have, but just never quite gone around to it. It was still quite a lot of retooling, but it might actually have been surprisingly effective. Section commandos and machine guns moving about here. Troops setting out as well there. Fresh Panzer Grenadier here for Stupendousman and the 1 and 7th Panzer Brigade. Got the air landing officer charging ahead. They're heroic charging, while nothing to really heroically charge at. Right, men, charge! But what? Just charge! Look, Spiffy, we're doing so. We're doing this for king and country. Light gun bomb off. Panzers are quickly dodging in there, almost wiping the entire commando unit. The small wipe here will certainly be beneficial there for Stupendousman and the German army. And there you go, wipes him, leaving him quite dead. Panzer moving towards the center. Still got no anti-tank weapons here for Deco, who's just relying on his Cromwell to deal with the Panzer IV, so that should give Stupendousman some options. He's also floating quite a bit of manpower there, could consider cash. Or maybe some additional Panzer Grenadier. Second mortar, though, would also be an option to provide him with more artillery support here versus Deco. Section caught by the Panzer IV. Second Cromwell for Deco, good. He can also go for another commando squad, which would certainly Put more pressure infantry-wise here on Stupendousman. So there's certainly some options there. Certainly some options there.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Almost got the machine gun in the house. The house has certainly seen better days. Panzer IV 6 kills, Cromwell's moving up. They're going for the Panzer IV, ignoring the infantry in the nearby house. Shoots and misses the Panzer IV spectacularly. There you go, Panzer past the Cromwell, Panzer IV just remaining there. And a damaged engine on it, but they're right next to the mine. Ah, mine god. There we go. Second. Cromwell out, giving Deco the tank advantage numerically. The Stupendousman can now go for Stugo. Of course, he might try setting up for another Panzer IV. There's of course also now the option of going for Doctrine, like he could go for close air support and use it to call in fuel drops for his tanks. Not be a half bad idea here for Stupendousman. Blitzkrieg here to try and escape death. And looks like he's going to be able to pull it off just barely. Decent save, and there you go, following up with the Stu, but still no Doctrine for Stupendousman and the 107th Panzer Brigade. There's still a lack of an overall plan there. And there you go, Cromwell continues to hit here. He's going to lose that Panzer IV. Down it goes. Bit lucky they got a ban, but the problem is that there's no threat to the Cromwell, so they can just clear it out, and there you go. Stupendousman's almost done. Pak 40 keeps missing repeatedly. Bit of bad luck there for Stupendousman. And it dodges the mine as well. Had it hit the mine, it could have finished off with the Pak 40, but oh dear, it didn't even do that. So that did not go well there for Stupendousman. Going for second Pak 40. There is still no sign of any Doctrine there from him though. Still no clear plan. It would seem, well, there might be a plan, but it might then not actually involve a Doctrine. We got joint operations. Can't say I saw that one coming. Can't say I saw that one coming. Meanwhile, another raid operation as Deco pushes another forts with another horde of infantry. He's caught the MG42 there from Stupendousman. Stu rolling ahead. No idea how Stupendousman intends to win this one. And the fire from the MG42. Cromwell pushing back the Panzergrenadier. Up north, Grenadiers moving ahead. Shoots, misses the Cromwell. The Cromwell hand, of course, lands a good hit there on the Stu. Got artillery called in to deal with the machine gun. A desperate attempt there. Would it work out? It did not. Only pushed away, but didn't do any sort of critical damage there to Deco. And victory points wise, things all beginning to look a bit bad here for Stupendousman, who's down to 200 victory points versus an opponent who's got almost 500. Something needs to change here for Stupendousman, and something needs to change soon. Now the Stu, there would be, I think, a pretty sensible choice here. I mean, there's also the theoretical option, say, going for a Pak 43, but that is a lot less mobile than the Stu. Now the MG42 there for the German army. Cromwell's going back, less than 200 points now here for Stupendousman.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points. Vehicles and infantry are ready to break through enemy lines.
Green against the Panzergrenadier, takes out half the unit.
Air Force is sending support.
And that's going to be a wipe there unless he gets lucky. Looks like he did get lucky. That's pretty nice there for Stupendousman. Another Panzer Squad there would have been quite harsh. Roughing against the sections. Oh, not a good hit. Cromwell flanking the Stuke. Stuke having no nearby support. PaKage over needs to receive. Got a second Cromwell moving in. This could quickly get very ugly there for him. He's going to lose the Stuke. Scheisse. Oh, shot bounced. PaKage needs to be set up. Ah, took a hit there. Cromwell gets a shot back in the Crom. Oh, PaKage gets a shot back in the Cromwell. Not enough there to actually knock it out there. Pretty big loss for Stupendousman. He's lost all of his armour, and I'm not entirely sure what he's planning for now because it's not looking like a Panzer IV. Is he planning to going for tier 4 then, or what exactly is Stupendousman thinking then? What exactly is Stupendousman thinking? Because it's certainly not apparent right now what his plan is. And even then, there's the theoretical argument. If you really want to go for tier 4, you could have gone for close air support, use his fuel drops when you had more manpower to spare to just sort of rush ahead for it. Got a machine gun, might even be able to steal it back here. As for Deco, he's got options as well. He looks like he's saving up here for the Crocodile, which is certainly a good option. He's got a sort of armor lead, so he could definitely get away with that. There's also the option of trying to play for a Comet. Need crew repairs. Stupendousman reveals no indication of what he's planning here. He's just got resources floating. Oh, wait. Something's happening. I think he's building a PaK-43. There's a huge manpower drop, but there's actually nothing being constructed, and there's no tech being teched, so he might be aiming for a PaK-43 there. Huge chunk of infantry there. We got a Vicar set up here in the side of the church. Machine gun covering here the other angle. Pretty much catching the British infantry across as they try to move through here in the northern part of the village. A successful and stoic defense by the German army halts them for now. More commanders on the way there for Deco B92. Good shots as he buys time there for the Crocodile. There we go. PaK-43. Panzerabwehrkanone 43. Note this is the early model, while they were actually lacking the actual mounting for the PaK-43. They sort of had to sort of more like a mount like the Flak 88, could sort of swivel on the spot, but they had to make do with howitzer carriages until then mounts. So a little fun fact there. Also further fun fact, there was a version that was known as the Feldkanone 43, which was essentially a PaK-43 that could also double as artillery. Hold up the Cromwells for now that the PaK-43 took quite a bit of damage. Will he be taking up then? I mean, you could in theory, I suppose, use this to stall for a Panther. I'm not entirely sure how viable that is. And of course, that still has to be the question: is he actually playing for it? But there you go. Vickers here under the command of Stupendousman, gaining Meter 2, might be able to suppress. Oh no, he doesn't risk it. And there you go. Looks like he made the right call, getting out there before they get off the light gammon bomb, and then continue to shoot the bus. No, he retreats. Stupendousman deciding he doesn't want to risk it in the first place, which is, I mean, a fair point. On the other hand, he really should make his decision. He's going to go for tier 4. If not, he's going to begin pushing out for more medium tanks. As for Deco, continue to play there for the Crocodile. Just now with 2 commander squads rather than 1. Light gun bomb. Fit stay. But the commanders in the end suffer the brunt here of German firepower. And almost gets a wipe there. Still no tech, still no armour. And plenty of float there by Stupendousman. There we go, Panzer IV on the way. Panzerkampfwagen 4. Finally something happening on the armour front again. We'll have to see how effective that will prove versus the soon-to-be Crocodile. Patrick, they're very close to 82, but also very close to death, and we'll need to retreat. So we've got a bomb grenade off. That is easily dodged. Punch going to be a wipe.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Right now it's actually a bit of a problem because this Pak 43 is actually quite exposed as the commandos. They could even steal it and turn it against Stupendousman here. There we go. Anti-tank and white and crocodile ready as well here.
Crocodile is ready.
I mean, he can recruit pretty efficiently and fast.
A capture point is being overrun. The squad's gone.
But it's still going to be a problem. They've got a unit wiped somewhere. And there you go. Almost got the entire commander squad. That's going to be a pretty big hit there for Stupendousman if he got. And there you go. He got them. And that was his veteran commanders. Bit of a loss there for Deco. Unfortunate one too. I think he pushed his commanders a bit too far here. Allowing Stupendousman their chance of actually getting them wiped. And he did, by Jove, do it. But now, Crom's on the move. They're machine inside the shed. They're going to be engaged by them. And that shed is not the place where it went to be once the British armoured forces hit. They got out just in time before they got actually annihilated alongside the shed. In centre Panther community, probably got the crocodile on the way. Another Panther 4 there for Stupendousman. Another Panther 4. Commando MD4 205 there from the Panther 4. Raid operation again. He sure loves raid operation. Even allows his crocodile boy to take territory. And to do so pretty fast. Sneaky usage there, though not necessarily the most efficient use of it. It is something you can actually do. It's a nice work there by Deco B92. It's now used almost the entire doctrine except for the air support ability there. Which is actually quite impressive considering most people only use it for like maybe this one, but always just to self-repair, the strafing support and the crocodile. Cromwell's joining up there with the crocodile, setting up for a big armoured push. Mines on the roads. And Stupendousman, I imagine, is trying to figure out where's the assault from Deco B92 going to come from. Where will the blow come? What's going to happen from the east? Of course, the questions will be ready for it. We got a bunker going up here. Actually, a bit of an awkward spot since it actually makes it harder for the vehicles to move through there, so that feels like a poor setup. Machine gun caught here by the Panther 4. Another machine gun. There you go. Got a big flame. We got a big infantry push here from Deco B92. Panther 4 should be able to deal with. Machine gun needs to retreat though. Tank still hanging back here. Deco B92 has yet to swing his armoured hammer against the Stupendousman's skull. There you go. Both sections, all of the squads then pushed back by the two Panther 4s. Tank's hanging back. Maybe he's waiting for more armoured support here. Deco B92. Hard to say there exactly what he's planning, but he's got his opponent down to just 100 victory points, so he has suffered a bit of bleed and is now down to 413. But he's yet to drop below 400. There you go, armoured assault going in. Interesting enough, he's not having the crocodile spearheaded. Generally, you'd want the tank that can soak up the most damage to, you know, spearhead the assault. But it seems like that is not quite what Deco's got in mind. In fact, he seems perhaps a bit indecisive against the Stupendousman now. Might be the Pak 43 that's causing him to be a bit more hesitant. Of course, we'll actually send the crocodile here from the front, draw the attention, then have the criminals try and rush up through here and then hit the Pak 43 from another angle. We'll see. But he's preparing another big assault here, which of course could serve for a diversion, then rush here. We also got a machine gun bunker by being set up to actually specifically cover the Pak 43 against infantry rushes. Infantry's having his target practice out in the open, not the best over there. And there you go, tanks going in. It's more or less what I predicted, but there you go, mine goes off. Going for the Pak 43 there. We got the Pak 40 though carrying the Pak 43, but still doing a lot of damage there. Almost got it. He's going to lose the Cromwell. And he aims for the one that isn't stunned first, preventing from escaping. Second Cromwell down, but he does get the Pak 43 with the Crocodile, but he's lost 2 tanks to get it. Certainly a bit of a flaw in the plan here for Deco B92, and of course the big question is, would that have been worth it? Machine gun down. But there you go, Panther Force around as well. The Crocodile is down to less than half health now. Needs to escape here. There you go. Mortar wiped. Trying to wipe the Pak 40 there with this Crocodile. Oh dear. Gets target weak point in there. Good, down it goes as Realmax then fully exposed to the Panther Force. That was not very wisely done there, but Deco B92 in the overall he lost all of his tanks, while mostly just clinging to support weapons, which, well, Stupendousman did just recruit. He's even trying to steal the Pak 40, but again, without any serious support, it's easily cleared out. I mean, the lack of anti-tank guns is only becoming starkly obvious here right now. As now Stupendousman's tanks can roam very freely after Deco's absolutely botched assault on that Pak 43. So things are certainly looking pretty bleak here for the British Army.
One of our anti-tank guns is gone.
As the Germans are utterly overrunning them.
Anti-tank gun and crew now ready for action.
Machine gun being pursued there. Almost wiped out. And Stupendousman is there going for a second or third Panther right. He's got 2 obviously, so he's going for the third one. Building up a sizable Panzer platoon. Big infantry push into the center again here from Deco B92. Right into 2 machine guns ready to break it up. And the Panzer Force joining as well, of course, with no anti-tank support. The infantry is very exposed. He's flanking though here successfully with the commandos. Almost wiping out machine guns here with him. Gaining veterans here too. 1 machine gun down. And there you go, machine gun bunker to the rescue, saving the machine gun team. So we got 2 anti-tank guns out here for Deco B92 and the 7th Armoured. Most of the tanks have so far been lit on fire like metallic bonfires.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
So there you go. 3 Panther Forces. Stupendousman has been able to build up a sizable armoured force, which will be quite tricky here for Deco B90 to deal with unless Stupendousman does something really stupid, like attacking into a anti-tank gun position without sufficient support.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy. Lines been
So we'll have to see here what Stupendousman ends up doing with the 3 Panzer Force. I mean, one thing about it could have tried to do to deal with this, but I mean, you could just run up some infantry with smoke grenades, that is the pyrotechnic supplies, cold artillery on the Pak 43, then at the 25 pound they go and silence it. Then he could have sent in the tanks. So it's not like, you know, he had no option for dealing with this at all. He's going for a Centaur now. That seems pretty ill-advised. Seems pretty ill-advised here by Deco B92, but we'll see. Might be he has some tricks to show us. Machine gun bunker there going up to cover the center.
anti-aircraft tank ready and waiting.
With exactly 100 victory points left, Stupendousman is leaving nothing to chance against his opponent. He's leaving machine guns to cover the north, bunkers to cover the centre, and there might be something in the east as well. There we go, second machine gun. 6 pounder guns waiting infantry before pushing. We got the centre out here as well. I mean, it can of course deal with a lot of the infantry. Of course, you can bait the Panzer Forces into the 6 pounder guns, so you might have a chance there. But that very much requires that Stupendousman, you know, takes the bait. And he might not quite be as keen on that. Machine gun moving about too close to Veteran 3, in fact, very, very close. There we go, Veteran 3 gained. Got the Centaur moving in, that's going to be a problem there for the machine gun here, the Vickers. Veteran 3. And there you go, caught by the Centaur on the 20mm Poston guns. Machine gun crew almost being routed out here by the Tommies. Highlight he's going to lose it, and the Veterans again, and there you go, annihilated. A small victory here for Deco B92. Making some progress, but at the same time we can see up north here, Stupendousman is making his own moves. He's not going to wait here for Deco B92 to do what he wants to do. He's going to push forward for Germany with his Panzers, shattering the glider, sending bits all over the place. Before then falling back. And we can see he's expecting the assault to come. This is meaning the 6-pounder guns, but we can see Stupendousman is not falling into that trap. He's just switching his Panzer force to elsewhere, where he can then do more damage. Sneaky here, sneaky, because he's in fact leading up the anti-tank guns. Perhaps worried, perhaps concerned, perhaps somewhat onto what Stupendousman is doing, we won't know, but otherwise he's splitting up, which is going to make it harder for them to deal with the Panzer force. Now making ready for the northern push. Telemines down there, spotted but not being dealt with. Ah, he could hit it. Oh no! Stop right next to it. And there you go. Clipped again. He's going to hit them. He's going to lose some. Almost lose a tank. We got a 4th Panzer one. That looks like you remember it moving in. The sappers with marksmen in the south here. Sappers being engaged by the Panzer force. Decimating Deco's infantry, in fact exterminating it. Machine gun bunker here alongside the machine gun, defending the northern victory point. And we got the Panzer IV zipping in there to clear out an infantry. 6-pounder gun Centaur right alongside some sappers, but they are not ready to make any sort of massive progress. I think they're versus Stupendousman's positions. 4th Panzer IV almost done. So there you go, 4th Panzer IV. Troops moving way back here for healing reinforcement for the next big push against the Hun, if there will be one. As Stupendousman's tanks are just now patrolling, expensive in fuel really when you think about it, and we got air recons in, which would tell them that most of what's going to happen is going to be happening up here. One 6-pounder gun up north to shoot only in armour, so Exeter gives it so well. But there you go, Panzer IV charging straight at it. Good hit in the centre. Other Panzer IVs need to get moving faster. Betsy 2 would be a shame to lose that, and to be honest here for Stupendousman. And he's going to lose it, I think. Oh, there we go. Blitzkrieg on. But more importantly, the rest of Stupendousman's 3 Panzer IVs. Almost got the anti-tank gun there. And he's going to lose. Oh, got it. But still lost the Panzer IV. More infantry moving in. Crushing infantry as they try to advance here. Panzer IV's going for the last remaining anti-tank gun. More hits than the other infantry. Infantry and the 3rd Panzer IV, the Vetri 2 moving in there. Go for a treat here for Deco. As his forces are getting utterly overrun here. We got a Firefly on the way for him. And his 2nd anti-tank gun annihilated. Proceed to destroy the anti-tank guns. And what else nearby? We got air support called in here. Typhoon strafing in with rockets. Almost taking out the veteran Panzer IV machine gun crew. Annihilated though. And other ones strafing the infantry with heavy cannon fire, causing a collapse there of Stupendousman's western assault. But the damage has been done. Deco B92 has been white, losing anti-tank guns and machine gun teams alike. We got another Panzer IV there for Stupendousman, and we got a lot of tanks in need repairs too. Firefly out. So there you go, Firefly out. Will it have any impact down to Stupendousman? I don't think so, to be honest. Also, another fun fact about the PaK-43, there are actually some divisions defending the beaches. Normally they're actually equipped with PaK-43s instead of howitzers because that's what they could get. I believe those were not the field cannon variant. I might be mistaken there. Firefly then getting the Panzer IV, getting awfully close to it though, which is pretty risky. In particular, the Panzer IV running. There you go. Got the Veteran 2-1 moving in. Oh dear. About to lose his Panzer IV. We've got a Blitzkrieg. There you go. Second Panzer IV running. There you go. Both shoot and take out the Firefly. And with this, Deco is now utterly helpless against the Panzers. Utterly helpless. And there you go. GG. Game over. A loss here for the British Army. The 7th Armament has been dispatched here by the 2nd Panzer Division. So, 107th Panzer Brigade actually. So there you go. GG. Game over. A nasty little fight here on Sir Mosky. Some good players the early game, but the problem with Deco was he was just not very efficient in taking up. Then using his tech, I think, was the biggest advantage versus Stupendousman, and at times he got a bit too focused on certain points, which rather cost. But again, initially it was very strong, but again, as the game progressed, he sort of got weaker. He didn't consider mortar replacements or artillery. In that regard, he lost out, for example, to the PaK-43 because he had no way of dealing with artillery. And so he just rested in his tanks, which cost him quite badly. Had he was able to destroy the PaK-43 without losing all of his armor, he would have won the game then, right then and there. As for Stupendousman's, again, struggling in the early game, I think some mistakes here and there, but able to slowly turn the game around. The PaK-43 to proved to be decisive, as Deco B92 was unable to deal with it in any efficient manner. But of course, had that not worked out, he would have been in a pretty sticky position. And there was certainly benefit, I think, from some more panzer grenadiers. An option could have been going for tier 4, but obviously it's not a very cost efficient thing to do at the moment, so I don't particularly blame him for that, but it was an option, I suppose. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed the match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, one, subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay of your own apart and feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers, thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another stunning episode. Bye.